there.
Let's go, game ketiga bang ya.
Martisi on Lapu Lapu will also just do well against
Satu sama skor
Sanford in
sementara Anta
generals.
TLP yang melawan TNC Pro Team. Let's go, kita masuk lagi bang ya. Setelah pause tadi.
It doesn't do that much though up against the Lapu Lapu and Grok, so it's up to the timing of Oheb. But Sanji, oh my
Sanjinya
goodness.
Purify.
He's gonna pop the Purify though.
Okay.
So early on damage,
Yeah.
early on pressure from TNC. I think that's the other thing is like how well Oheb's able to utilize this Ruby pick, but also I
Lapu-lapunya
feel like Joy
diambil.
just hasn't done too well, you know? We've only seen it a couple
Yakinkah
times so far in the
bisa main
playoffs,
lapu-lapu ini?
and it is now in the hands of Zyda. We'll see if this time around he's able to kind of break
Primar.
that mold on
Yeah.
how Joys have been performing.
Especially now that our panelists have also highlighted the presence of a Hilda
Oke,
being
aduh,
really
campurnya
confident
pakai
against this lineup.
Arlot.
Because you could see it right now. JP just trying to always be
Oh!
in front of their faces. And now they
Matikan
get
lapu-lapu.
first blood onto 3mar. Saito will fall next. And that's where you see how effective the Hilda is.
Yeah, and the final slash of Sanford on
Sayang
the money
kali
yet
itu.
again. Perfect initiation by the Arlot, the signature pick of 4D.
Ulti lapu-lapu itu gak kepake.
About the Joy, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just too squishy right now in the current meta, but Zyda got deleted. And I feel like, you know, playing against a final slash and even to in a sense, a lot of the crowd control that's going to come out from this lineup from TLPH is going to be a problem that TNC is constantly facing throughout this game. Look what's happening here too. Benny Cutie will go ahead and deal with JP. They wanted to go ahead and try to secure this purple buff, keep it safe. You can see where Zyda's positioning is too, and how they're going to rotate.
As we saw in the last fight, the Arlot is going to be the X-Factor pick here. Yes, questions on the Oheb Ruby, but definitely how Sanford interplays with Carl Tizzy was actually perfect in the last sequence because they were able to use the turtle shift as well.
Yang di
Zyda,
buff merah.
wonder if he knows just how threatened his orange buff is. Chapter for the help.
Chapter who just
cool.
wanted to block them. He just wanted to help Zyda because you could feel the threat of Liquid coming not just from JP now.
Oh,
It's from every single member who tries to scout him. And even just as he wanted to transition to the purple, that's where JP comes back in. This is Liquid starting off the game the way they want to. A free objective, no kills whatsoever on either of their sides, and both being very stable and efficient.
Yeah, you're seeing how much work is needing to be done though to
Gak ada rasanya
help
ke
Zyda
Hilda
right now.
ulti
You can't be in a
Joy.
position where you fall too far behind against the YSS in the hands of Carl Tizzy. Sanji?
And he gets caught here. Chapnu won't use any other resource,
Yep.
and he flies away.
Actually good that he didn't commit the tech charge there, though he could have. The fact that Sanji still has Purify means it would have been a wasted ultimate. Up top, Zyda pressured again. JP, man!
What? That's all the damage from a
hilang
Hilda
ako.
alone?
Yep.
It's something about this Joy, man. I mean, you can't even get away from an Arlot in the hands of Sanford, and next thing you know, you're dead. And look at this. I mean, he's just got a Fury Hammer for the most part, man. Like, and that's enough to just tear through the Joy.
JP's Hilda as well, doing things that he was known for, made a name for himself at in MSC 2025. TNC though still
Terlalu
healthy enough
semena-mena
because
itu
they just
Hilda.
already they'll commit. They need to find the Arlot first. Chapter gets to spot Sanford.
Yep, now they find him. Raven Spider 2 committed on the Arlot. He'll have to run away. Thank you! 3mar actually picks up the kill. Will the other members of TNC follow up? They get to zone Liquid well enough.
Yeah, condition check. They found Sanford. I don't think Sanford wanted to
Kalau
step out of
tingginya
that
dapat
bush. He
merah
wanted to
juga
make the
itu.
most out of his position
Yeah.
there, but he stepped out for a moment. And Benny Cutie actually threatened Oheb, which meant that Oheb had to use his flicker to get out of there. Lancey!
Lancey will be back.
Mati dong.
The concussive blast was enough, and the flicker from JP. But 3mar, with such great precision too, catches up.
Fancy moves from JP, but not enough to get away. Still, though, he gets a kill. That's great for him. Again, this roamer, anytime you end up getting a kill as a roam, especially in the hands of a Hilda, one of the most annoying roams to deal with, that gives you a little bit of an advantage here to work around. It slows down Lancey. I mean, he even used up his Purify earlier on, too, so now he's even more susceptible.
Yeah, you see Zyda just built up the tough boots, and he really needs that with all the crowd control that Team Liquid keeps throwing at him. Probably would have thought, hey, maybe Warrior Boots would have been good for him because all of the physical damage is what's actually messing up this Joy. But the crowd control is what he needs to get rid of the most, because there's a chance he'll be able to, once he has his items, yes, he'll get out of the crowd control much quicker, then he'll just regain the
Nggak
life
bisa.
that he lost.
Udah ke cancel.
Don't run Wolf King. Not allowing Benny Cutie to pull off the full combo. And they might actually
Mundur.
get to defend this. Look at Oheb.
I gotta say,
Jebol midnya.
Okay, maybe you can't speak Zaida. He just wanted to defend. Chaknu
Rugi
here as
banyak,
well,
bos,
but they won't
gara-gara-
even pay attention to him as much, or maybe they will because they force out the tech charge.
I want to say two things real quick.
Okay.
Mau
Being
ngekill
so hard
Ruby-nya.
to gank a Ruby on the turret. Oh, there's a kick. They do get the Purify out. All right, hold on. And the last thought there was, man, again, Joy. Zaida has been shut down.
Okay, and Sanford might get shut down too.
All the crowd control in the game, putting in the work. Sansan putting in the work. Sanford, again, now this time he didn't show himself out of that bush. He waited as Karl'Tezi and Sanji were the ones pushing the turret. He waited for the eventual defense of TNC, which is why they were able to get a kill.
Oh, Chaknu? Is he gonna be targeted?
Kena
What a
dong.
step! And he actually gets to catch
Ayun,
multiple
salamat.
members 3-mar with follow-up 2. He's gonna go after Carl. Feathered airstrike from that reposition on Sanji. But TNC will get this objective.
Oh, wow, Chaknu using the flicker to change the trajectory of the tech charge to knock 3 members of Liquid up, showing why our guest in the Filipino broadcast panel just a few days ago, Fuego, one of the most well-known content creators in the MLBB space, why he saw Chaknu.
Ditarik.
Wait.
Mati dong.
Whoa.
I did not expect that.
That was a grab if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, that was Oheb and Karl'Tezi linking up, and Benny Cutie just out of the timing. He thought that he'd be able to contest that without a problem, but then Baby Cakes was ready.
Yeah, because that was a Jeet Kundo that he used, but he just timed the I'm offended so well that they were able to catch him, and now 3-mar, he's trying to take on Baby Cakes. He brings them down to at least half HP, but not entirely something, or he can't entirely take a kill, right?
3-mar wanted to fight that. At least he keeps the turret up, but I think it's still eventually going to be pushed in here. JP cutting off that side too. Itemization-wise, you can see TNC is rather behind. They need to catch up here.
Liquid, significant lead. No clearly up the gold laners. Yeah, 700, 800 floating, 500 between the 2 mid laners. Is Zaida who's suffering the most. Of course, with the 3 deaths, we saw the difficulty he had. Good stun by Karl'Tezi, forcing back 3-mar. And now TNC Pro Team really have to play for their Joy. They need this Joy online and good to go.
But if you
Lah,
notice,
sebal
members
semua
with
itu.
Dragon already committed tech charge 2. It still catches
for
JP,
JP.
but Oheb
Balik
will go
yang
back.
dari
He
belakang.
doesn't catch anyone with the I'm offended, but oh my goodness, Sanford, he still finds a target.
Waduh,
Sanji
dakwang.
there too, but Zaida and Benny are after him. He still has the wings by wings, and now they change targets onto 3-mar. He might not actually last, and that's a mega kill for Karl'Tezi.
That looked like an overcommittal there. I was surprised that Chapman committed the tech charge. I thought after JP was able to get away that they just let him go already. But since Chapman used the tech charge, Liquid just comfortably fought after that.
Chaknu trying to keep that holy shield up. He gets pulled.
They bring them back in. He still gets to walk away, but Benny Cutie has a way of the dragon, uses it on
Lah,
Sanford.
Sanfordnya itu tengok ruang jagonya.
Oheb has not stopped demoting.
Meledak lagi dong.
We'll get Chaknu as well. Man, TLPH. At this
Cancel
point, they're
terus
playing
lagi
with TNC.
apanya.
Mar using the bravest
Joy-nya.
fighter. Oheb all alone because Sanji has the wings by wings out. But he's still not stopping the recalls.
Oh, man.
Oheb knows.
Joy-nya
Oheb knows
ke-cancel.
just how much in the lead they are.
Joy-nya
JP
ke-cancel
and
sama
Sanji
Ruby.
together have
Semuanya
just put so
ke-cancel.
much pressure in the center of the map that it translated everywhere. Karl'Tezi was free to
Reload.
farm. Zaida was definitely not free to farm. While Sanji, JP, and even Sanford eventually, once he started getting out of lane, recovering a lot of the entry points of TNC Pro Team. Look at where the Arlott is now. Still only just a Fury Hammer, but the damage that he's dealing is insane. Oracle, Radiant Armor to help with the magic damage, or even more, Team Liquid Philippines have built items so that even when Zaida, with the Holy Crystal, is still going to be thinking, why is my damage not enough? Unless it's actually the Farsa that he finds. But with the presence of the Ruby now, who's out of lane and confidently TPing on them, not much of the Joy can do once Oheb gets a spot onto the Joy.
Yeah, that's really a problem here is, you know, this time around when that Ruby got picked up, it was like, all right, you look at the lineup TNC has, that Ruby's going to be much more devastating to deal with than in the previous game, and that's exactly what's happening here for TNC. Facing this
Ih, kena 4.
A 4-man
Tuh lalu Sanfordnya bang.
from Sanford, picking up 2 kills even before the Lord gets to march in. Oh, with the
Langsung
Ivan
sekarang.
also
Oh,
catching
hilang lagi.
Benny. Now it's just Chapnu and
2-1
3
kayaknya.
more on the defense.
Oh, it's looking grim here. Chaknu, he's facing the Stampede.
What can they do to prevent the Stampede? They'll tank everything and they'll end game number
2-1 bos
3.
ya.